13's colorful mini duffel could be called the tote bag for tots. It's 12 inches long, made of water-resistant nylon with a sturdy full-length zipper. It's a special way we welcome first-time members who join 13 with a pledge of $40. This introductory offer also includes our monthly program guide and a membership card which doubles as your ticket to the arts. Help us celebrate 13 at 30 and come on board as a new member with a pledge of $40.
Major funding for this afternoon's programming is provided by the Helena Rubinstein Foundation, a longtime supporter of outstanding children's television.
Get a quart of milk.
Okay.
Where's Uncle Wilt, children?
He went to the store.
To get a quart of milk. What's a quart of milk?
Perfect game is coming to bat.
Find Uncle Wilt! I read about a quart of milk. It comes from cows.
I thought that was steak.
That too.
Where do cows come from?
The planet Earth. And look who's on the screen. He's going for a quart of milk, all right.
So, how many inhabitants are on Earth?
Let's check it out. Over 5 billion.
This'll be like looking for a trink in a Blanc stack.
It also says that they tell time using 24 hours to the day, like us. Ali Sheba won the Kentucky Derby in 1987, and the best way to eat pizza is to fold it in half.
How are we ever going to find him in time to get back for the Neon Olympics?
I don't know, but we have to. Wilt's judging the javelin dodging contest this year. We lost him.
Where?
I don't know. Could be anywhere on this big landmass. We better start looking.
Do you have a quart of milk here?
Yes, I do.
Then have you seen Uncle Wilt?
Is that Uncle Wilt?
No, it's a picture of Uncle Wilt.
Haven't seen him.
Well, then we need some information.
I'll certainly try this on for size.
Oh, that's never going to fit, see? It's
Try reading it.
Let's see. Man with 3 heads wins pie eating contest.
Nope.
Elvis returns from intergalactic voyage, comes in third in look-alike contest.
Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Alien with quart of milk wins ticket to Rockhead concert.
Hey, that's it.
It says, a visitor from a distant planet won the last free ticket for tonight's concert in Boston, Massachusetts. The show begins at 8 p.m.
Well, at least he's getting some culture.
Do you have a representational diagram of the planet by any chance? We've got to find Boston, Massachusetts.
Nope, but you're in luck. For Boston, Massachusetts, you just need a map of North America.
What's North America?
Well, you are here, okay?
Okay.
This is Boston, okay?
Okay.
On this map, 6 inches represents 500 miles. That means Boston is about 2,000 miles away from here as the crow flies, okay?
No.
How many zots is that?
What's a zot?
It's a standard unit of measure on the planet Neon.
Get out of my store.
Can we take the map?
Only if you get out of my store.
How about the newspaper?
Only if you get out of my store and never come back.
Well, we know we need to travel 2,000 miles.
And we need to do it in about 5 hours. I don't think we can make it, unless we get a really fast crow.
Let's just work it out and see. Since the space wagon won't fly far in this atmosphere, we'll take the scooters. We know they can fly at 1,200 zots per hour, right?
Yeah, but we don't know how many zots are in 2,000 miles.
So all we have to do is figure out how many zots are in 1 mile, then we can figure out how many zots are in 2,000 miles.
Oh, that's all, huh?
Oh, come on, Zook. It's not as hard as it seems. Just think for a minute. We need a way to compare zots to miles. That's all. Hey! What if we set our atometers to 0 and go to the next convenience store?
We'll probably get thrown out of that one, too.
We know it's 12 miles away, right?
Yeah.
So we'll measure how many zots we've gone in 12 miles.
So, what do we do with that exhilarating piece of information?
We'll figure out how many zots to a mile. Then,
We can figure out the distance in zots to Boston. Let's try it.
Show off, kids!
Okay, 36 zots. What's that mean?
well, think about it. There are 12 miles to 36 zots.
12 goes into 36 3 times.
So 3 zots to 1 mile.
So, the distance of 2,000 miles as the penguin flies...
He said crow.
Whatever. The distance is 3 times 2,000, or 6,000 zots.
And since we can do 1,200 zots per hour,
1,200 goes into 6,000 5 times.
so it'll take 5 hours to get there. It's just after 3 o'clock.
So we'll be there on time. We'll make it to the show on time. We'll make it to the Neon Olympics on time! Allison, you are a mental giant! Hey, what are those little clock things?
Just decorations, I guess. Come on, let's hit the sky.
Yo, Scuzz! I give you 4 block lane beaches to the next convenience store. You show up, kids!
All right, we made it, just in time. Excuse me, mister.
Get lost.
We are lost.
Oh. Okay, what do you want?
2 tickets for the concert.
No way, the show's almost over.
I thought it started at 8.
Well, it didn't. It ends at 10:30. It's now 10:15.
But it's 8:15 in Montana.
Right, and it's 10:15 here. There's a 2-hour time difference. Didn't you ever hear of time zones?
No. Didn't you ever hear of Snezzleplast?
No.
Arrest your case.
Come on, Zook. Here he is. See A487.
We're with the band.
Okay, go on in. Hi, kids. I figured you'd find me earlier this time.
Yeah, well, we would have if it weren't for time zones.
Time zones. Yeah, they're playing here next week. Are we going home now?
Uh-huh. We have to get back in the space wagon first.
Nah, that's all right. I don't care for this song much anyway.
Song? Hey, Uncle Wilt, what's that?
It's my quart of milk
What do you do with it?
for my cereal.
What's cereal?
I don't know. I'll go ask.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
You don't.
Ready for the Neon Olympics tomorrow?
Oh, I doubt it. Did I ever tell you kids about the time I played the electric guitar?
Yes.
Was it interesting?
Not very.
No. I always did my big solo at the end of Stairway to Heaven, but one night I left my axe on the bus.
The power and the freedom of mathematics is a flaming sword. It shall be our duty to use it justly. Hold it high, guard it well. Mathcourt, where common sense prevails. Mathcourt, with the Honorable Judge Sandra Day O'Crater presiding.
Quiet! Quiet! I must have order in this court. That's better. I will not stand for another disruption. I'll sit for the next one. Now then, I assume you have a case to present before this magistrate?
I do indeed, Your Honor. I do indeed. This case will rewrite the statutes. It will knock the socks off the legal profession.
Oh, a lawyer without socks is like, it's like,
A day without sunshine.
No, it's...
Fish out of water.
No,
Pig in a poke.
Close enough. Who's this?
I'm the alleged perpetrator, Your Honor, and I am not guilty
Not guilty of what?
of whatever Beetlebrow here is gonna say I'm guilty of.
I'm rubber, you're glue. Everything you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
I've had enough of your sophisticated urbanity and drawing room crosstalk. What's the story here?
Once upon a time, your wise one, I hired this person to work on my farm.
District attorney has a farm?
E-I-E-I-O.
And on this farm?
And on this farm, great bench warmer, I had some pigs, and I hired this man to build a pen for them.
You didn't have a pen? Where had you been keeping them?
When I got there, they were in his bedroom.
In his bedroom? What about the smell?
I guess they got used to it.
The point is, Your Honor, I had 300 meters of fencing, and I made a deal to pay $1 per square meter of area that he could enclose in a rectangle.
In advance?
Yes, I agreed to pay him in advance.
Well, that sounds fair. Cheap, but fair. What happened?
This happened, Your Honor.
This would appear to be a bill.
Yes, it is a bill in the amount of $11,250.
What are you gasping about? It's not your money. So, did you pay him in advance?
I most certainly did not.
Then I find you guilty of being cheap. Now, you may bring suit if you wish. And in that cheap suit, I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
Bailiff, if you would be so kind. Thank you. This represents my farm, my house, my barns, my jacuzzi, various outbuildings. I wanted the pen built in this location.
And that's what I plan to do, Your Honor.
Now, as I told the court, I had 300 meters of fencing. Now, Your Honor, with 300 meters of fencing, what is the largest rectangle you can make?
I'm not sure.
I am, because I worked it out. It is a square, 75 meters by 75 meters.
So to find the area, you multiply the length by the width, 75 times 75.
That's right, and the area is 5,625 square meters. It is a mathematical fact that a square gives you a rectangle with the largest possible area. Now, at $1 per square meter, I should owe this joker $5,625.
You would appear to be guilty of a meth crime, alleged perp. The most area you could fence is 5,625 square meters. Your bill doubled that amount.
And you're not getting a cent of my hard-earned money.
Then why don't you give me the money they pay you for being a persecuting attorney? That's not hard-earned. Your Honor, with your kind indulgence, may I defend my bill?
All right, but hurry. This court holds no brief for meth criminals. What did your plan entail?
Thank you. I will show you. I plan to build the pen right here, next to this 150-meter wall.
Wait a minute, you're using my barn as part of the pen.
What a good idea. He's picked up a free wall, used the 300 meters of fence to enclose the other 3 sides, and doubled the area.
That's right. 75 times 150 is 11,250. That's the number of square meters in your new pig pen and the number of dollars that you owe me.
Pay the man, Mr. District Attorney.
All right, but if you ask me, I think he's making...
Yes?
A pig of himself.
Case dismissed. And so are you. And so are you.
Although you can't turn a silk purse into a sow's ear, you can find justice in Mathcourt.
Would you like to have dinner with me?
This is the Michigan Stadium, the largest college-owned football edifice in the world. On autumn Saturday afternoons, 101,701 fans gather here to cheer on their team. When the stadium is empty and just to keep busy, a lone cheerleader places one ping pong ball in the corner of the end zone. Do you know how many ping pong balls it would take to fill the Michigan Stadium to the top?
Yes, it would take about 24 billion ping pong balls to fill the Michigan Stadium.
Come on.
Yeah.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Wednesday, 9:43 a.m., and New Yorkers were taking pride in a new government report just issued, which declared New York's streets were the safest in the world. The people on the streets weren't particularly safe, but the streets were. I was working the day watch out of Mathnet. The boss is Joe Greco. My partner is George Franklin. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. George and I were both music lovers, and in fact, both of us enjoyed singing, which we often did at parties just before we were asked to leave. Now we were involved in a musical mystery. We decided to look at scenes from earlier episodes to get in the right key. Carol DeVilbiss was a record producer with a hot company called Offthe Record, but she felt the music they were making shouldn't be selling as well as it was. We asked her why, and she said,
payola. Payola? In order for most recorded music to sell big, the potential buyer has to hear it. They hear it on the radio.
True. So?
Well, in the 1950s, in order to get certain records played on the radio, unscrupulous record companies bribed disc jockeys.
Carol believed her company might be involved in this illegal activity. We checked out Murray the Mouth, a hot DJ, and he seemed to confirm it when we went to meet him at his radio station.
I'm Pat Tuesday.
And I'm busy. Look, you're in the presence of greatness, baby doll. What do you want to talk about?
Payola.
Payola? Are you the new messengers? Well, lay it on me, moneybags.
Captain Greco and Benny Pill also questioned a couple of hot New York City jocks. We asked the captain if he got any info.
Sure did. Slimus in the morning. I think he's capable of taking candy from a baby.
Oh?
But I don't think he would take payola.
Why not?
Too big. This guy makes more than $1 million a year. He wouldn't take such a chance for a few more bucks.
Murray the Mouth makes big bread too, Skipper.
You think he's gonna take?
Think. He thought we were the couriers bringing him the money.
He was putting you on, guys.
Benny said in this day and age, DJs couldn't take payola even if they wanted to, because of what are called play committees. Benny explained.
It's a group of 4 to 8 people who select a list of music to be played on that station.
Without payola as the solution, we were back at the beginning. But we had to push on. We decided we didn't know enough to know what we didn't know. We needed some inside info and asked Carol if she could get us a job at Offthe.
Oh, no way. This is a very successful, but very small and very secretive company. NARS controls.
She said she had one more record left to produce on her contract, and she hadn't decided on it yet.
It's your decision?
Oh, yes. When NARS bought the company, I and my contract came with it. And my contract states that I have complete control over A&R for my records.
Artist and repertoire. Singers and songs.
What?
Ever hear of a little ditty called Without Math?
No, I don't think...
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Without math, I'm an anti-hero.
What's the matter, Junior? Don't you recognize me? It's Daddy. Come out and play. Maybe we can have a catch.
Hey, Mac, you better get away from that gerbil. If George Franklin comes in here and sees you playing with that...
George.
Jafe? Another George?
Morning, Skipper.
Did I skip a day? Is this Halloween or something like that?
No, Captain.
We're undercover.
Not very, George. You're about as subtle as a flash flood.
We're getting into the music business.
Oh, they have clowns in the music business now, huh? How many of you guys does it take to get into one of those little itty-bitty cars?
Carol DeVilbiss is recording us as a new act.
We're posing as a brother and sister act called the Googles. Right, bro?
Right, sis. Googles. You know, Captain?
Google. 1 followed by 100 zeros.
Right.
Well, the zeros are appropriate. Break a larynx, bro. Sis.
What? Well, the Googles. I recognize you anywhere. When are you recording?
Soon.
What's up, Benny?
I've done a little bit more digging. Here is a list of the 7 big sellers for Offthe Record for the past year.
When I love you, do you love me or Bob? I love you so much I'm sick.
Those are really stupid titles.
Yes, they are. But look at this.
So?
So what's unusual about this list?
Nothing. 7 mega hits, 7 artists.
That's exactly what's unusual.
What are you talking about, Benny?
How many hits does Madonna have? Or the Rolling Stones? Or Michael Jackson? Elvis, Streisand, Tony Bennett?
I don't know, a dozen, 100 maybe.
Exactly. When someone gets hot, they often put out a string of hits, or the company certainly tries to.
And these guys didn't?
After these hit songs, not one of these groups ever even recorded another song for Offthe Record, let alone a hit.
You're right. That is unusual.
They were baby acts.
Baby acts?
Yeah, acts that no one ever heard of.
So when Morris and Norris discovered them and they became overnight sensations, why didn't he keep producing music with them?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but we're late for our session. We'll ask Carol, but it certainly is another piece of the puzzle.
Another piece that doesn't seem to fit.
Without math, I am less than 0.
Without math, I'm an anti-hero.
I can't calculate what a feckless fate for me.
I can't even see, though it's a pain to me, plain geometry. Without math, life's a bad equation.
Without math, life has no elation.
I can't solve for X, write my monthly checks, no way.
So I'm unaware you're a perfect square and there's half to pay.
Without math, there's no number sequence. Without math, there's no football defense.
I can't estimate order child for 8, oh dear.
Can't triangulate, so I shan't relate to this map, I fear. Without math,
I am simply worthless. Without math,
I am truly mirthless.
I'm a dog-eared cur,
A cactus fur.
a duck.
Without math, pretty baby. I said without math, pretty baby. I mean without math, pretty baby. I'm out of luck.
Sounding really good. Pat, George?
Googles.
Oh, Googles. Come on into the booth. The speakers are better, and I'll give you a playback.
You do really nice work, Carol.
Oh, well, now, this is good music, and I love good music.
I'll be right back. Beautiful. That was wonderful. You guys are back tremendous.
How's it going, DeVilbiss?
How's what going?
Your swan song. This is your last recording.
Yes, it is.
Oh. Another off-the-record discovery?
This is our esteemed president, Mr. Morris Norris. Mr. Norris, meet the Googles.
The what?
Googles. I'm Sister Google. This is...
Brother Google.
Mathnet.
What?
I understand you got ears, Mr. Norris.
Ears?
He means you know how to pick a hit.
Oh, that, yeah. I can pick a hit. And I can show you how to improve your sound. Turn it on, DeVilbiss.
Sir?
You know, make it play music.
Without math, I am less than 0.
Without math, I'm an anti-hero.
I can't count.
You don't know good stuff when you hear it.
We're not going to gimmick this one up, Norris.
Look, I know your contract gives you last call. I'm just trying to help. Don't worry. I like you kids. Especially one of you.
I'm glad you're happy, Mr. Norris.
Whoever you are, you're a big one.
This is...
Colonel Parker, Colonel.
He's their manager, Mr. Norris.
Let me know when this record is finished. I want to name it. It's already titled. No, it isn't. I name the records around here. I got a good feeling about this one, DeVilbiss. I may even want to release it. See you around.
A real charmer. He names the songs?
He certainly does.
Whatever happened to Moon Spoon June?
I almost forgot something. Something very important.
Now, those look like
airline tickets.
Flyola.
It was 1 week later, Wednesday, 4:43 p.m. We asked Carol DeVilbiss to find out which travel agent Offthe Record used. We hoped we would find out who all those airline tickets were for. Could they be for DJs? Perhaps they were flyola for the radio station executives on the playlist committees. We also asked Carol why the hot baby acts on Offthe Record had, well, sort of disappeared. She called and said, from what she had heard, it was a money thing between the groups and Morris Norris, and he had fired them. George took a break from his computer and poured a cup of coffee. I didn't have the heart to tell him it was yesterday's coffee. He didn't seem to notice.
That was Carol. Norris renamed our song, and it's been released. Know what he called it? Don't leave, just stay, I'll go.
brother.
What do you got, Skipper?
Data.
Data?
I've got some charts here that show which records are hot. The top 40.
No offense, Chief, but we got that information. Offthe Record has had 7 #1 songs in the past year.
Yes, they have, but I wanted to look at the ratings.
Ratings?
The ratings are used by everyone in the recording industry to see what kind of music is selling.
Radio stations use ratings to help them decide to add or drop a record or to increase or decrease its play rotation.
Retail stores use them too. Helps them decide how many records to order.
How do you know so much about the music business all of a sudden?
Martha told me.
These ratings are based on retail sales data from GRS.
What's GRS?
The Gerfner Rating Service. It's the most up-to-date rating service ever. It's a computerized system tied in with barcodes.
Barcodes? Those stripes on products that get scanned by computers in stores?
Exactly. All the info on the record is on the Gerfner database, tied to the barcode number.
When someone buys a record, the clerk at the cash register scans the barcode into the store computer, which later sends the data to the Gerfner computer.
Yep, and Gerfner pulls all the data together and issues ratings every week. And look what they show. Your song, Don't Leave, Just Stay, I'll Go, has sold 192,489 copies in the first week. It's taking off like the others.
192,489? Maybe we're going to have a hit?
Maybe Morris Norris really is a genius.
Or maybe we're really good.
Or maybe Morris Norris really is a crook.
"100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop. This program was made possible by grants from the National Science Foundation, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by the financial support of viewers like you.
Corporate funding of Square One TV is provided by the Intel Corporation Foundation. Intel's technology is the brain power for computers in your life. Intel, the computer inside.
For a complete set of Square One TV teacher resources, send a check for $9.95 to CTW School Services, Box SQTV 5, 1 Lincoln Plaza, New York, New York, 10023.
This is PBS.